Hi guys, this is Phil Montgomery from Philville Honeybees. What do you see in front of you? What do you think? Let's play out a scenario. Remember, beekeeping is about scenarios. You learn the scenarios and you just put your own flavor onto it, which is your, your temperature, your moisture, your food, your lack of food, your space, lack of space, whatever. So what I've done, it is in the dirt still. And I'm hoping the daggone thing will stop. It just rained 3/4 of an inch. I'm hoping it'll make some nectar, but I sure wish we could have another couple inches, at least another inch. But it ain't looking good, so we'll see. But it's the end of the year, so if you have less than five, what I do and what I learned last year. Last year, every one of my hives that had 5 frames of bees or more lived. I use the condensing insulating lid way. And a friend of mine named Ken taught it to me. It works great. Put as much insulation on the top, and it helps immensely because that's where most of the heat is lost. Okay, so what I did was I took one hive that had 2.5 frames of bees. This one had about 3 frames of bees. And the other one yesterday, I got it out and looked at it when I went to mark the queen. I turned around, I couldn't find the queen. The queen was gone. So I thought, well, I had 3 of them that were, well, I guess five or 6 right now that are kind of weak. They're 2 or 3 frames. So I think it's time for them to bite the dust if they're not awesome. If they look awesome, I'll give them a chance maybe to get the 5 frames. But if they're not awesome, then they're getting combined with one that is awesome. So what I did was when I took the 2 things of brood, they had a little bit of capped brood and 1.5 frames of larvae. And I give them Apiguard, and I can't say Apiguard did it, but it didn't help them because they've always been kind of wimpy. They never did do very good. So what I did was, this was a nuke just like this one. It was a sister nuke made exactly the same time. That one says 618 Queen Rye. There's no saying I reuse those nukes. Well, this right here is a brand new box, a brand new base, and a brand new lid. Shoot, bottom board, brand new bottom board. Beekeeping has its own jargon. You got to learn all the jargon bottom board. If you see, I make mine out of 2x4s. You talk about cheap. You can take, I think it's 2x6s and a 2x4 and make a killer bottom board. What you do, you just go across the 2x4s this way. Underneath here, I got boards going across, and you make that the legs. So you can do it all out of 2x4s. Everybody's got a big pile of junk 2x4s, and all you do is screw it together. There's nothing to it. You try to make it flat, it don't even have to be square. You'd like it to be, but if you don't know how to do that, just make it flat. Well, what I did, I dumped all these bees out of here, and then I only had 1 feeder, and I left this side over here open because I had been leaving the bees open, nothing had happened. All of a sudden, some of those robbers found an opening, and they have a real high pitched woo. When they do that, that's like a song that they're robbing. These bees normally would have went up, but they got scared. When I put some of them on the landing board, they run right in there. So then what happened, this one started getting robbed out. You don't want to combine 2.5 frames of bees, maybe 2 frames of bees, and a new box, and them being in the process of getting robbed. That's no fair. That's not fair. It's a good way to lose a hive. So what I did was I took these pieces of wood here. This was open all the way across, brand new box, got off the Amish. That's a little scrap piece of board. This is a scrap. This is a scrap here. What I did was I just shrunk it down to 2 little 1/4 inch, I would say about 1/2 inch or less opening. Just enough where 1 bee can get in. Then the singing's still going, so I thought, oh, they're robbing. There's probably robbers in there. So what I'm going to do now, I just covered it up. It's a bummer for these guys. These guys normally would have already been in there, but they got blocked because they don't know where to go. Now they're all confused because their buddies ran in there. And if you see the way the bees, see the way they're kind of just shaking around. They're nervous. They don't understand. They don't have a queen. They don't know what happened. Look, they're unsettled. They're just holding on to each other and kind of wiggling around. They ain't even holding on to each other, just next to each other. And they're just like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? They're in reset mode, like, uh-oh, what do we do? As soon as it gets dark, I'll take this out. And then when I take that out, these guys will go in because the dark don't bother them at all. They'll have to go and beg in. But that's about a little bit more than 1/2 a frame of bees. You know, it depends how close you get to look more than what they are. But see, they found that hole too. They've all kind of fallen down in the hole. Some of them. Well, I hope this helped you some. Whenever you go from, you can see over there on my truck, I got my mite my mite test right there. Whenever you get rid of a hive, always hit them with the OA, which I forgot to do. I had this stinking thing in my truck, but I forgot to do it. And you should give them a test, hit them with the OA, and then put them in with another hive. I made a whoopsie, didn't do that. So hopefully I won't pay the price, but this one here, I've used it and it's leaked since the first I've had it. It's a bummer. It gets my hand off. See, look at that right there. See the water flying? It's a bummer. Well, I hope my videos help you. If I can help you to get into honeybees, let me know. Feel free to contact me if you would like. I'm in Southern Ohio. I do sell queen bees. I do have a state certificate for good, healthy, clean bees. It was inspected last year by the state of Ohio. Super great guy at the bee department, you know, the apiary department up in Columbus. Cool guy named Brad, super cool guy. Well, be blessed. I hope you got something out of it. Have a great day.